Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a general pick-a-pile reading about the sex fantasies they wish they could share. Readings are timeless. Timestamps are in the pinned comments. Decks are in the description box. There's also links to my link tree that'll help you find Facebook and Instagram and all the different places I am on the internet. There's also a link for my Etsy shop, which I have the layout that we're doing here now available for $7.77 on the shop, so that if you are watching this reading and you're like, yeah, I kind of don't fit into any of those categories, you can do a personalized reading. The information for my channel is that if the camera zooms in on a pile, we pull a clarifying card, and today we're using the Tarot of Sexual Magic. We also have what is in the box. What's in the box is a way for you to use your intuition, and intuition is really important on my channel. If I say something like, oh, your spouse is cheating and you're not married, don't try and make that information fit you, because it's obviously not for you. So today we have the black bear, green truck, and the word when. So let's go ahead and we will get started. So today we are answering Fantasy 1, Fantasy 2, Fantasy 3, their overall energy, and do they want these fantasies with you? And then I have 3 Moonology cards that we will look at the end. I'm just going to set those aside. All right, so their first fantasy is the reverse Six of Cups. Reverse Six of Cups is talking about unrealistic expectations. But if you look at this picture, she's there by herself. So their fantasy is they have a lot of expectations for a relationship. They really have this kind of thing that they have built up in their head, like a fairy tale that they have decided they want their sexual relationship to be like. And the second one is the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles is about like an inheritance and having a family. Also, she's got food all over her body. He's putting more food on her. It looks like part of their fantasy may have to do with eating food off of somebody's body. And also at the same time, though, it's about having a committed relationship that they really want to build. The third fantasy is the reverse Queen of Cups. The reverse Queen of Cups is smothering and insecure, but she's also an addiction. And I feel like specifically, because even, like if you look at this picture, he's got his head in between her boobs, like she's really holding on tight. She's got the crown on. She's either a princess or a queen. Like this person really just wants to just worship you. They really want to just show adoration. The energy is a broken heart, though. And part of that reason why they might find, that they're having, like, their fantasies are a little bit more on the dark side, a little bit, is because of things that they have experienced in the past. So the thing about do they want these things with you is no, not possible. It's out of your hands. The universe says this goes against your life's purpose and goals. Now, the reason this is important is because the fantasies that this person has are like this one, unrealistic expectations, and they want you to be an addiction for them. This person might become smothering, or might become really hyper focused on you, even to the point of some like stalking or fake, like they're already doing like online stalking. This person knows a lot about you. So let's go ahead and we'll look at the Moonology cards and see what information we can get from there. So we have, don't let your past hold you back. Be bold and make the first move. And a fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries, cardinal moon, and south node. So basically, I feel like for some of you, I sense that the reason that you're looking at this relationship is because you have not healed from past relationships. So you are attracting people who are a little bit broken. And it's, they're a little bit broken. Nothing negative about them. They've just had some experiences that have not been the best. Now, you can be bold and make the first move. The cards are saying, hey, you know what? If you want something this person, you are going to have to reach out because they're not in a place at all where they will reach out. And then a fiery climax approaches. A fiery climax is like, when you have a movie and it's getting to the end and you're waiting for, okay, it's the person who I see as the hero or the heroine, are they going to get the person that they're looking for? Are they going to succeed in finding love? And that's going to be approaching. You're going to find out how everything fits for the two of you. Great. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you. If that did not resonate for you, you can either check out other piles or you can get an individual reading on Etsy that's with the same topic to see how you differ from the mass consciousness watching the group reading. Also, don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all the wonderful things you can do on YouTube. And don't forget to go to the end of the video to find out what is in the box. All right, so this is for the people who chose the green card. We have the Moonology cards that I'm going to set aside until the end. We have their Fantasy 1, Fantasy 2, Fantasy 3. We have their overall energy, and then we have, are you the one that they have these fantasies about? So the first fantasy is showing up as the reverse Queen of Pentacles. The reverse Queen of Pentacles can be really greedy, can have some envy, but I really think like the picture, it looks like foot fetish or like foot worship. He really wants to be at your feet. It is reversed though, so this person may want you to worship their feet. It might be something where they enjoy having that done to them, so that could also be a possibility. But ultimately, they also really enjoy the fact that you know what you want. A lot of people see greedy as like a really negative thing, and greedy's not always a negative thing, especially in tarot cards when specific words are not like, there's not a whole lot of huge vocabulary that's used for specific word or specific cards. So in this case, this person really likes the idea of giving you presents and having you take from them. There are some people who really, that is their fantasy. They enjoy it. Fantasy 2 is showing up as the reverse Eight of Cups. The reverse Eight of Cups is about returning home and learning from the past. You can kind of look like, he's holding her and getting her to pay attention to him. So for some of you, you may have, I kind of felt this at the beginning too. You may have had a relationship with this person in the past and they want to try it again. So they wish they could share that with you because you guys have kind of moved past what you had before, but they miss it. And then we also have the reverse Eight of Swords, which, another picture. It's funny because like the devil is back here in the background. Let's pull up clarity on that other card. So for the reverse Eight of Wands, though, it is Eight of Wands, yes. Reverse Eight of Wands, it is about frustrations and problems and delays. For some of you with the fantasy part, they just want to be with you and have you be naked. But I'm sorry, I read that wrong. That's the Eight of Swords. So reverse Eight of Swords is about new hope and freedom. They want to be able to be free with you. They want to be able to experience it with you. I'm sorry about that, guys. All the different things on there, I sometimes get confused with reading these cards. So there's another clarity on that. So then their overall sexual energy is pulling up as fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. So they have some authentic love for you. This person is very open to exploring with you and learning who you are. This person really does care about you. So then, are you the one that they have fantasies about? Says yes, affirmative. You are on the right path. It is the right time. The universe has your back. So then the cards that pulled up as clarity, oh wow, it's the Eight of Wands. Okay. So that's really cool. That's 888. All three of these are eights. Let me pull another clarity. So let's okay. just want to make sure I got everything pulled. Okay, so let's go back here. So the Eight of Wands upright is about things moving quickly and changes and getting news and messages. I feel like we got a little mini reading going on here. So yes, they haven't really told you how they feel though at this point. So yes, they have fantasies about you, but they haven't really expressed anything. So let's see what we got here. We got the Chariot, Ten of Wands, reverse King of Cups, and reverse Page of Wands. So the Chariot is about things moving and having action and a journey. The Ten of Wands upright is about too many responsibilities. It's about trying to carry it all yourself. The reverse King of Cups is moody and he can kind of be unrealistic. And the reverse Page of Wands is bored and maybe a little bit immature. So this is a mini reading. This is for maybe only one or two people. If so, this is something that's very specific, and you will know in your heart if this is about you. So when the relationship started off, it started off very quickly. And then you realized that you were the one who was carrying a lot of the responsibility. And then throughout the time, the person became really abusive and mean. And so for some of you, this is a reminder of why your relationship originally ended. So when you started getting these things here, the cards are basically like, yes, miss or mister, but please remember this situation. So they might be enticing right now, and maybe you feel a little lonely or you feel like you want to reconnect with them, but the cards are just trying to remind you that that was not a good idea in the past. So let's go ahead and get the oracle cards and see what we got going on with those. So we have a win-win situation is forecast, believe in the impossible, and your commitment is being tested. So, first of all, I want to tell you, if you were the person who was in an abusive relationship, there would be no reason for you to get back into it. You got out of it for a reason. You left because you knew it was the right thing to do. So don't try to romanticize abuse and make it sound like it's something that you want to get back into, because ultimately your higher self does not want you to be in an abusive relationship. It has to be a win-win outcome. Being abused is not winning. Believe in the impossible. Some of you that have been in those relationships that are not positive or not full of positivity, it feels impossible to you to think that there could be a situation where somebody really wants to treat you well and take care of you and be there and be happy with you. And your commitment to that hope is being tested. So for some of you, this is a situation where it is not a win-win outcome. For some of you, this is a different situation and you're learning from it and you're growing. But for the majority of you, this person, their fantasies don't always end up being in your best interest. So we'll go ahead and thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this did not resonate with you, you can either check any of the other piles, or you can go ahead and go to Etsy and get a personalized reading there that will give you your specific information. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all the other things you can do on YouTube, excuse me. And don't forget to go to the end of the video where we look at what is in the box. All right, for this is group 3 that shows when. We have the Moonology cards that we will look at the end. We have Fantasy 1, Fantasy 2, Fantasy 3, their energy, and then we have, are you the one that they are fantasizing about? All right, so let's go ahead. Number 1, reverse 9 of Pentacles, which is about jealousy and envy. They also, if we look at this, I mean, he's cutting her hair. Like, they want to do some freaky stuff with you. big, huge boobs. They also really enjoy boobs. And then the masculine is very, very muscular. So it could be that physically they really enjoy seeing just beautiful people. Fantasy number 2 is the reverse Six of Pentacles. The reverse Six of Pentacles is about selfishness and struggling. So, this person's fantasies are pretty, I want to say negative or dark. I'm trying to channel the correct word. They feel a little bit of low self-esteem. Like their fantasies are not really like about healthy, long-lasting relationships. They want to do some kinky shit. The third fantasy is the reverse Two of Wands, and the reverse Two of Wands are about thinking small, and some of them are about travel plans. Like they want to do things on the road. They love sex in hotels. Like they really want to go out there and have sexual things that happen out in places other than their home. So their overall energy is pulling up as the Magician in the Mirror. And I feel that part of that has to do with you, actually, because they have some really like deeper fantasies that aren't always necessarily positive. But it's really interesting too. Like all the women have red hair. We've got food in 2 of these. They're also minor arcana with lower numbers. So we have 2, 6, and 9. And then the Magician in the Mirror is like, hey, you can change any of these things. You can have things be the way you want. If you don't like the way this sounds, you can work on creating energy and vibrating so that you attract something that is what you want. So does this person have fantasies about you? It says maybe. It says start. You have not made a choice. You will need to pick a direction in order to go forward. And the card that showed up as clarity on that is the Lover's card. So the Lover's card are about like partnership and balancing two forces. So, I mean, part of the situation is that you feel like this person is too good to be true. And so you anticipated that their fantasies were a little bit darker. And you're like, oh, yeah, I knew that was going to be the case. But the cards are really showing you that, part of this is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Like you are creating this situation where this is what you are attracting. But the cards are saying, but you could be attracting the lovers, you could be attracting the committed relationship, or you could be attracting threesomes if that's what you want. So that is those part of it. We'll go ahead and pull up the Moonology cards and see what we have there. We have, you are very close to achieving your goal. Have faith in your dreams. And your dreams need a practical plan. So, for the majority of you, you want a committed sexual relationship with someone who is going to value you. You want a relationship with somebody who has a lot of the same kinks as you, the same sexual turn-ons as you. And this person who you're looking at right now, I really sense that there is someone better for you that would be a better match. Of course, you have free will, so you can do whatever you want. You don't want to just listen to some random person on YouTube and then make your whole life decisions. But I really think it's interesting that we have dreams here and we have dreams here, but this has faith and a practical plan. So, there's a verse that talks about show me your faith and I'll show you my faith by my works. Like my work is going. So, like, if you have faith that Amazon is going to deliver your package, then you're going to, like, check the mail. You're going to track the tracking number. Like, you're going to put some action behind that faith. So, if you feel like this person is really good for you and they're the ones for you, then you really need to have some faith and have a practical plan for, like, what you're going to do when, your goal doesn't feel close or your dreams don't feel like you have enough faith. Like, what is your plan? All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all the beautiful things you can do on YouTube. Also, if that reading did not, fully resonate with your specific situation, be sure to check out the Etsy shop where you can get a specific reading on this topic for you. And now we've come to the point where we find out what is in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? So I'm going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and it was the question mark. All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by and for letting me read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.